Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to this video podcast, short video before Turkey Day from yours truly, the Flying Auditor. Howdy, y'all. Today's title is, Are You Grateful or are you just plain and ingrate? Now, what does all that mean? We're coming up on a season, November 5th, we had an awesome election before Turkey Day. From yours truly, the Flying Auditor. Howdy, y'all. Today's title is, Are You Grateful or are you just plain and ingrate? Now, what does all that mean? We're coming up on a season, November 5th, we had an awesome election. FYI, for all of y'all Orange Man haters, for you non-government people, if you've got any kind of money anywhere, just look at where you're at. Make a note financially where you're at. If you've got savings, if you've got investments, make a note. I got to tell you, I'm running just on the stock side of, I manage 5 of my portfolios. They're all pretty hefty. I'm running a 50% return on just my stock portion. On my options portion, I'm running a 20% return year to date. So, I got to tell you, this thing is just kicking butt and taking names. We are looking good. And, I actively trade my portfolios actively. I do a turnover. The only thing I let hang is ETFs, exchange traded funds that have anywhere from 25 to 30% return through a 3-year time frame, because I'm an aggressive guy, an aggressive investor. I'm an active trader, which means, I might trade on a minute chart, 5-minute chart, and maybe a day chart if I'm looking for a long-term hold, anything longer than 120 days on the option side. And I look for a specific return on the options that I place on, you name the sector. But I'm active. What does that have to do with being grateful? Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful at this time of my life that stuff is looking good. We got to take the hills with the valleys of lowness, and the hills and mountains of your highness. And I'm not talking about herb smoking, pill taking, whatever you do to move yourself to a different mental and spiritual plane. Years ago, I remember peyote was a big deal in the 70s here in Texas. And this is when I was 17. I used to get peyote buttons by a 50-pound sack. And I think we dried them and made some tea out of it. I don't remember, it's been too damn long ago. Got them at a flea market from a vendor. Never forget that as long as I lived down. Just crazy. But in any event, I have digressed. Here I am 2 minutes into it, and I've been rambling. But what am I grateful for? I'm grateful to be alive. Grateful that things are looking well. I've got an upcoming surgery here in the next 90 days. And it'll be my last surgery. I hope. Just had some stuff that had been delayed and been bothering me for, many, many decades. And, I just hate the needle, hate the knife, but I had to get it taken care of. So, I might keep you posted. My friends, the people I know closely know what's going on. But are you grateful or are you an ingrate? Hey guys, it's nice, regardless of where you're at financially. If you've got a friend that's on, just a friend of yours you've known for a long time, when's the last time you sent them something? Just as a way of saying thank you. Hey, just thinking about you. When somebody sends you something, doesn't mean there's an ulterior motive. I've dumped some, and I placed and invested in others significantly. And, there are some people that thank you. And, because nobody called out to me to ask for anything. My own initiative, I went out and I decided to bless others because I've been blessed. And that's my deal. My wife knows it. It's, I'm just going to do what I want to do and how I feel that way. But when was the last time you said thank you? It's just amazing, guys that are in your 30s and 40s that you kind of forget the basics of human nature. And that's to be cognizant of those who actually take an interest other than just to be there. You know, I'm a vet. I'm an old vet. Been there, done that. Been around the block, and I like to bless others if I feel led to. You know, people's stories move me, and if I'm moved by a story, I'll bless you. You know, I get hit up a lot. I got to tell you, those have got my number and those have got my email. Hit me up a lot for just all kinds of arbitrary stuff. And I'm telling everybody, there's only so much money to go around, and I determine where my money goes and whom it goes, irrespective of anybody, you know, knocking on my door, the proverbial door, asking for something. You know, it's something I like to do. I do my research on people. And if I feel that they're worthy of my money and my investment of money into their lives to help it make it better, maybe help them get some things, that's what I'm going to do. You know, that's who I am. But when was the last time you did that for somebody? It doesn't need to be big. When was the last time you sent a $10 gift card to somebody and say, hey, I just want to let you know, thank you. Appreciate you. You know, a little bit of kindness and thoughtfulness goes a long way, guys. So don't be an ingrate. When somebody blesses you, thank them. I'm just amazed at these millennials and the other generations that are out there younger that just don't get it. You know, they think maybe they're entitled. There are some folks I know that are just, you know, gimme, gimme, gimme. It's always one thing or another on tube, begging for one thing or another. That's their choice. You know, I've always been kind of behind the scenes, and I put my money where I feel it's needed, and you know, that's just who I am. Well, I thought I would let you guys and gals know my thought processes. I've said it before. Are you grateful or are you ingrate? Hopefully you're grateful. Call somebody, text somebody, email somebody, say, hey, thanks for being who you are. Just let them know you're thinking about it. No ulterior motives, none. Just being a kind person. This is the season. Of course, we should do that all over the course of the year. That's what I've been doing over the course of the years. All right, guys, gals, have a great one. Enjoy Turkey Day. Don't get too heavy. Remember, arrive alive wherever you're at. All right. Talk to you folks later. Flying Auditor, we're out. Not that far away from the ending of 2024. Oh, by the way, this shouldn't be a by the way. This is historically what I'll do and say at the end of a video. If you see a vet out in public wearing a hat, wearing a jacket, and you know they're a veteran, you see their license plate, you just know them maybe, or you've seen them before, or even if you haven't seen, if you see a Purple Heart, Silver Star, any type of combat recognition, anything that deals with medals or awards from, you know, the old silver hair guys and the young guys as well. If you're in a restaurant and you see somebody, buy their meal. If they're in uniform, buy their meal. You know, take the eyes off of you and put your eyes on someone else, and don't wave your flag saying how great you are that you paid for somebody's meal. Do it anonymously. You'll feel better. I've done it, and I've said this a long time. And I've said this before. My wife and I went to Texas Day, Brazil, and San Antonio, I don't know how long ago, 5, 6, 8 years ago. Table full, 20, 30 people, however many it was. Lackland students out on break with their families over the holidays. My wife and I decided to buy the entire table, 30 people or whatever, their whole meal. I think their desserts and their meal. I got the newbies meals. I got all the Air Force, the parents, not so much. It's the kids. It's these young guys that just ain't got no money out of basic training. So I blessed them, and I knew the manager very well. And I said, you don't tell them anything. Just tell them an Air Force vet is saying thanks and congrats. And that's how I like to do. I just love to see people wonder who the hell blessed them. It's always kind of cool to sit back and watch it. Hope you get a chance to enjoy that. God bless.